Hello again, David Grant with head coach Justin Price here with us. Justin, last week, opening night, not as you expected, not the outcome you expected.
Yeah, I think, it's definitely not the outcome expected. I think some of the miscues and the turnovers we had are in the opening game, you kind of do expect them.
Right.
I think
had
you
a
saw
lot of nerves.
Right, and you saw it with Seymour too early on. They turned the ball over a couple times. The problem with us, I think we did it, about 3 or 4 too much, and it's hard to overcome, 7 turnovers, and not only with 7 turnovers, we had a botched snap that kind of cost us at the end of the game. We were trying to drive down the field.
Right. Now, what did you like about the game? There were a lot of positives looking back. There was a lot of positives in that game. In the first quarter, you were in their red zone 3 times on 3 separate occasions, so that's a positive.
Yeah, it is. And, the positive is our kids played with a lot of effort. Last year, there were times, they were not as confident in what their abilities and the schemes that we were trying to do with them. This year, those guys were very confident, and they played with a great effort, most of the night. The things that I see is, we are still in a process here,
right.
And, every win, you got to learn how to win big. Sometimes you got to learn how to lose close games.
Right.
And last year, we went back, you look at it, and, we didn't have a lot of close games that we lost,
right.
And this was the first time I felt like, since we've been here, that we truly beat ourselves.
Right.
I felt like we outplayed Seymour for the most part of the game. I think you take away 8 to 10 plays, and most of the time in a close game you can say that, but I truly believe that just things that we have to control
right.
and fix, and it would have been a different outcome.
Now, Ethan Simpson, he had a good night rushing last Friday night.
Yeah, he's just such a dynamic player. I mean, he's quick. I think he would have made a big difference for us even last season, but, with the ankle injury. But, anytime we can get him the ball, especially in space, and, we're watching the film and not the first person rarely tackled him, and that's
right.
key in football because it's about one-on-one battles, and if he can win his one-on-one battle, and that gives us the numbers advantage throughout the whole game.
Well, and that's one other thing I was going to bring up was I noticed that your players, they forced their players to miss a lot of tackles. I mean, the first man did not bring our Cougar players down.
Yeah, and I think that just shows the growth that those guys have had in the weight room. They're more confident in their physical body,
right.
and also the mental part of what we're trying to do on the field. And those guys, they deserve to win. They played hard. It's just we got to eliminate those turnovers, and
right.
I think it is a different outcome for us.
Right. Now, what didn't you? Of course, the turnovers you didn't like about the game. Anything else that was blaring, sticking out?
I think it's just we're at a point in our program that we need that win. We need
right.
that win that, maybe we're playing a better team. I think Seymour's a good football team, but I thought it was important for us to start this season out, because our kids have invested so much and they've bought into everything we've done.
Right.
And I've said all along, you got to have substance with all this.
Right.
We have a lot of hype as coaching staff, as our players. We're excited. We stay positive. That's just the things we understand. You got to sacrifice and willing to get stuff, and our kids have done that. Sometimes it's hard, when you go out there and you put forth that effort and you get the results you want. But, at the same time, we learned a lot, and our kids came to work Monday ready to work and staying focused because they truly believe, they understand that it was us that lost that game. It wasn't
right.
something that Seymour was doing,
right.
Whether they're players or their schemes.
They were doing what you expected.
Right. And we just, you take away a few plays and take away those turnovers. And, we had a young quarterback out there and,
right.
Watching film, a couple picks there late were his fault, but this was more desperation. But early on in the game, those were all on him. We had some receivers, one's supposed to be on the ball, one's off.
Right.
And that's what we tell our guys. Everything that we do is for a purpose.
Right.
And that 1 yard makes a difference of that defender being tighter to the receiver. And, but I thought, for a young sophomore quarterback throwing for 230 yards in his first Friday night,
right.
it just shows the promise that we have with him. With that being said, we got to get more out of him, and he'll be ready to go.
Oh, yeah, he was 16 for 30 for 230 yards with 1 touchdown, but, like you said, cut down those interceptions, and, there again, he's still young.
Yeah, and like I said, with Ethan, he's a smart football player. Monday and Tuesday, he was in here at 7 o'clock with me watching film.
Yeah.
And that's important. That just shows his willingness and his
right.
eagerness to learn and to be the best he can be, whatever that is. I think we haven't seen it yet. But, I'm excited about what he can do. And like I said, also, it's out wide, just fine-tuning those details last year at this point, we were just trying to make sure the kids understood the plays, make sure getting the right spots. Now, we're able to take it to that next level and really focus in on the details to make us a better football team.
Well, now, Coach, of course, tonight you're at Cumberland County. You're playing the Jets. What are you looking for in that game?
I think Cumberland County is, they got a new coach. Their old head coach went to Farragut to be the offensive coordinator. So their defense coordinator from last year has taken over and kind of changed their philosophy on offense. Last year they're more of a spread team, like to throw the ball down the field a little bit and then hit you on the edges. This year they're wing tee or a little flex bone option game. So that's it's gonna be about assignment football on defense, making sure that we take care of every back there because they can all touch the ball on any given play. Defensively, they're similar to what they've done, but I think there's an excitement down there for them kind of situation we're in. They got 90 players out or 80, and I think the coach has done a good job of kind of selling his program and his brand of ball. But they're a scrappy bunch. They lost last week to Bledsoe County by one point. But they're an improved football team.
Right.
We're an improved football team, and I think it's just going to be another night where we got to worry about ourselves, take what they give us. Eventually, they'll give us the game. That's kind of our philosophy, and then we just making plays out on the perimeter, and also be able to run the football. I thought we were able to run the football a lot better Friday than we did at any point last year.
Oh yeah, and you did. But now, of course, anything. Is there any one person on their team that is going to stand out in this game that you got to kind of key on?
Yeah, they got two players. They're a little fullback, number 5, very good athlete. He's kind of their guy. He returned a punt last week against Bledsoe County and had a long touchdown run. So he's one of those guys that he can take it. He can take it 80 yards. And they got number 22, a big tall receiver that they'll the thing about their offense, they're going to run, and then next thing you know they're going to pass it deep to 22. So it's important for our secondary to stay focused back there, and especially when 22's out there. And we got to eliminate the big plays from 22, and then 5's going to get his, but we just got to make them snap the football, and I think take the ball out of his hands. And both those guys played on the defensive side of the ball for them too, so they're kind of their best players, and we just got to try to eliminate them as much as we can.
All righty. Any changes have you made this week in this week's practice for this game?
No, we don't. We kind of going to go back the way we do business. I think that's important. A lot of times in high school, and even guys I have that coach,
they freak out.
They do, and they want to get away from their plan.
Right.
And but that's why it's important to have a plan and stick to it. And obviously every week we kind of save a few plays and a few wrinkles where teams can't key on as much. So we'll obviously implement those this week. But as far as going about business, our kids have done a good job of responding this week, which I knew they would. Like I told them before the game Friday, every time we've asked them to do something, they've done it and raised the bar even higher. And I expect them to do it tonight. They're good kids, and it's just about going out there and executing and worrying about ourselves and eliminate those foolish things. I think we will tonight, and I'm excited about what without those where we can go.
Well, we are too. Any last words, Coach?
I just appreciate everybody keep supporting us, our kids working hard, and it's exciting to watch us play right now. I enjoyed last Friday night, a very exciting game.
Man.
It wasn't the outcome we all wanted or expected, but we're going to get there, and we're getting close. We're not there yet, but we're a lot closer than we were 14 months ago.
Right. All righty, well, Coach, good luck in tonight's game. For Coach Justin Price, I'm David Graham, and I want you to stay tuned for Cougar football right here on the WLAF Sports Network.